Hello fellow modelers, in this video I'm going to build Space Marine Rhino. Not, but this one looks similar. I want something from the Vietnam War, and this US armor personal carrier is one of the most iconic from this era. I chose kit from Trumpeter. It has some details in the interior like engine and floor, but I will make hatches closed this time. It isn't a new simplified kit only with 10 parts, but it has 55. And most of them are wheels. For gluing small parts is handy with super thin glue. It is much easier and faster than ordinary adhesive. I am removing residual plastic sprue with a sharp blade, but you can use sandpaper instead, because with a knife you can easily cut out part of the model. This is how the model looks like without modifications or accessories. However, you already know my models, so that I will add some of them. This barbed wire is 4/48 scale, but I think it will not be a problem. I found some pictures from Vietnam, so all accessories and details are combinations of many vehicles. I glue the metal to the plastic with a super glue. Also, I realized that on the transporter was usually some boxes, backpacks and containers. I will add all of them. I use resin accessories from Black Dog, CMK, T-Model or many resin cast parts, which I have from old models. The vehicle looks like a brick. I eliminate this feel using backpacks. And also a few more accessories on the top. I purchased some figures from Italy. They are a little bit old and made from horrible rubber plastic, so removing mold lines is almost nightmare. In any case, available was only one set from Vietnam era. I'm grateful at least for those.
Sorry, soldier, but I need your M16.
I think now the model looks more detailed. You can probably paint all the details separately, but I like it when I have all the parts together. I unify the whole model with a black primer. The black is better if you have on the model a lot of accessories. If you will forget to paint some parts, it will be less pronounced than grey or white. Some colors are handy to dilute for airbrush and store color in the syringe. You don't need to prepare color for airbrush whenever you need it. I use for painting acrylic lacquer paints. with new AK real colors are similar to Tamiya Acrylic or Mr. Color H. And also you can mix them. The paint layer is usually very thin and partly transparent if you use a proper thinning ratio. So the black base is making the shade a little bit darker. I use light yellow green for highlights. The white in the green color also works, but you will kill the green shade this way. And do not worry to overdone shading. After washes, varnish and weathering, the result will be less pronounced. Hopefully. So airbrush painting is done, and now I need only for the rest of the details, paintbrush and water-based acrylic colors. This time the tracks are made from rubber. You can sometimes struggle with painting and gluing them, so instead I prefer plastic ones. In my point of view, the best tracks have Zvezda. They are made from plastic, in one piece you can easily bend them to the needed shape. Assembly is straightforward and looks very good, so I guess the best for beginners. I am unifying model with a clear varnish before applying decals. The decals are printed on the transparent film, so therefore on the clear surface are edges less pronounced. And another layer of a clear varnish over decals. I smooth edges around decals with a sandpaper. I modify my Proxon engraver for lower RPM, so I can seamlessly drill small front lights. I am making some details optically more pronounced with brown wash. I used wash from Tamiya, and this type is almost impossible to remove without thinner. And I am using for this purpose cotton swab moistened in enamel thinner. I will try to paint the rest of the weathering only with acrylic colors, so no oil paints, enamel weathering products or dirty pigments this time. On the side of the transporter were a lot of scratches from branches. I'm spraying concentrated dust around tracks with an airbrush. It is first layer so that I can use lighter shades. The funny technique is splattering with a highly diluted acrylic color. The result is more or less random. The Vietnam earth looks reddish. It probably looks like a rust, but no, this is Vietnam. The disadvantage of acrylic weathering is that you cannot clean the result if you find it ugly. But I think it is interesting, because the result is dry after a few minutes and nicely stable. Also, water-based acrylic colors do not smell, so for me and my neighbors, it is win-win. I painted the figures also with acrylics. I have some footage from this, but I will show you how I paint them in the diorama video. There will be more of them, maybe with some Vietcong. I watched document miniseries from Vietnam recently, called The Vietnam War. It was very informative and inspirational. Thus I couldn't resist to create a small model and diorama on this topic. We have in our country mostly documents from World War II, but from Vietnam or Korea almost nothing. I don't count the MASH TV series. So that is all. I hope you found this model a little bit inspirational. And I'm looking forward to jungle diorama. Thanks for watching and see you next time.